Welcome back to the 6 yard banter, your front row seat to the Premier League top six drama with a Chelsea twist. Yeah, it's Chelsea first and rivals next. But you know what, guys, we're not going to start with Chelsea, we're going to start with news elsewhere. And then I also want to touch on give my match reaction as regards the game between Arsenal versus Tottenham. Yeah, so let's just dive right into it. So let's start with Arsenal and versus Tottenham. Arsenal humbled Tottenham yesterday. And this was real humbling. They thrashed Tottenham with Eberechi scoring a hat trick, scoring 3 goals against Tottenham yesterday, and Trossard scoring the first goal. And before the game, we all know that Arsenal were already starting to have injury crisis and all that, and you think that at the barest minimum, Tottenham will be able to draw the game or at least walk away from the Emirates with a point. Anyway, I wasn't holding my breath too long for that. But ideally, you expect that Tottenham, with the level of injuries, the number of injuries that Arsenal have, that they should be able to walk away with a point. Man, they got humbled. And then you start to wonder. I think right now, Tottenham they should just liquidate already. Okay, because what's the point of spending the amount of money that they've spent recruiting, and then they they just look like an organized Ange Postecoglou's team. The difference between Postecoglou's and Thomas Frank's Tottenham side is just the organization. Otherwise, the output is still there. They're still showing the same lapses, and um, they're just not it at all. They're just not it. And then you wonder what's wrong with them. Anyway, they got humbled. They got on board. So Arsenal are now back to being 6 points ahead of second place Chelsea in the league. Manchester City also capitulated at Newcastle, and Liverpool also collapsed woefully. Could have been more. It could have been even. It could have even been more. Okay, if VAR not rolled out the goal where it looked like it was a handball, but it wasn't an handball. I don't know what's wrong with the officials in England. They just always have to make a mess and mockery of themselves, make a joke out of themselves. Anyway, Chelsea sits comfortably in second position, and it's going to be a tough week. Okay, it's going to be a tough and an interesting week for both Chelsea and Arsenal, because these are two teams that are going to be meeting in the weekend. Plus, Arsenal will be facing Bayern Munich in the Champions League midweek, and Chelsea will be welcoming Barcelona to the bridge on Tuesday. So there's going to be two. Just for you to know, there's going to be two videos. Okay, don't forget, just ensure that your notification bell is turned on so that you're notified when the next one comes up. This is just, yeah, I'm just here to give you guys about news as regards everything that has popped up concerning Chelsea, and touch on a few things as regards other top six clubs. And then the next video is going to be I'm going to give you guys my match prediction against Barcelona. So yeah, that's basically what I just wanted to touch on. Now, so let's come back to Premier League as a whole. The Premier League held a landmark vote on whether to introduce anchoring, a new rule that would allow clubs to designate one player to stay deeper during set pieces or defending phases, acting almost like a fixed pivot to reduce chaotic marking situation. But the proposal failed. 12 clubs voted against it, while 7 voted in favor, meaning the idea didn't reach the required threshold. The clubs voting Voting no believe anchoring would distort competitive balance, slow the game down, and give certain systems an unfair advantage. Those supporting it argued it would add tactical variety and offer more control in defensive phase. I don't know who's advising uh, uh, this FA and the Premier League, so to say. I don't know who's behind the scene advising them. They are just stifling and trying to ruin football as much as they can, because I don't see any reason why they want to be bringing on something called this is a situation where you want to be pivoting one player um, just for set piece and defensive phases and all that. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, can we just normalize allowing set piece to flow? Can we just normalize allowing football flow so that we the fans can enjoy it? I don't know what all this anchoring this and that and that and that. It's ruining. It's starting to ruin football already. Okay, it's starting, and this is what one of the account says. For those unsure on anchoring, it essentially boils down to capping the amount of money a club can spend on its squad in the form of player and staff salaries, payments to agents, and amortization, and the transfer fee spent on a player divided by the number of contract years to 5.5 years times, which means five and a half years times the amount in prize money and broadcast revenue paid to the club that finished bottom the previous year. Whatever this means, man, they're just ruining football for me. It's becoming a joke on its own. It's becoming a real joke. So yeah, that's one. Then according to Ben Jacobs, he said at the Premier League shareholding meeting, the clubs voted to introduce a new set of financial rules which will come into effect from the start of 2026 to 2027 season. I'm not going to read all this because it's quite long, but I'm just going to read out a few paragraphs so that you guys understand. It's called squad cost ratio (CSR) and sustainability and systematic resilience, which is SSR proposal, will be introduced, but there was insufficient support for a proposal on top to bottom anchoring. CSR will regulate club on pitch spending to 85% of their football revenue and net profit or loss on player sales. Club will have a multi-year allowance of 30% that they can use to spend in excess of the 85%. Utilizing this allowance will incur a levy, and once the allowance is exhausted, they will need to comply with 85% or face a sporting sanction. The new SCR rules are intended to promote opportunities for all clubs to aspire to greater success and bring the Premier League's financial system close to UEFA's existing SCR rules, which operates at a threshold of 70%. The other key features of the league's new system includes transparent in-season monitoring and sanctions, protections against sporting underperformance, an ability to spend ahead of revenues, strengthened ability to invest off the pitch, and a reduction in complexity by focusing on football costs. This essentially means that we're saying goodbye to um, buying star players. This essentially means that clubs will have to. It means that there's no difference between the top clubs, the middle table clubs, and bottom table clubs in the league when it comes to buying or spend. When it comes to spending, you can only spend within your within the 85% budget and not more than 30%, not more than 30% allowance, multi-year, whatever that they will be given to each club. I'm not good with finances and all that, so I'm just gonna, from my understanding, it means that all clubs cannot take, for instance, now Chelsea spent 300 million, okay, or Chelsea have 300 million that has been set aside to buy up to spend in the summer. The 300 million has to be within the money generated from player sale, um, and other revenues from the club. You're not allowed to inject personal money and all that. It's frustrating at this point. It's just frustrating. There is a difference between the top club and the middle table club and the bottom table clubs. Okay, there is a difference, and the reason why the difference is there, the reason why the Premier League has been the Premier League is because of the way the Premier League clubs in the Premier League used to spend, and now they just keep um, making it difficult. Over time, it's going to be difficult to attract players, star players. Players like Vinicius, players like Rodrigo, players like all these A-list players will not be able to will be difficult to attract. Why? Because there's a certain amount of money that all the clubs in the Premier League is allowed to spend. Doesn't make any sense. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Yeah, so let's talk about I saw a post where from the Chelsea forum. You guys check out the page, okay? It says Riyadh Air will become Chelsea's new front of shirt sponsor, and the deal has been confirmed. I didn't want to say anything as regards this. I just thought to put it out there just in case this is true. Okay, if you have any information as regards this, please don't forget to please drop your thoughts, or let me know what you guys think in the comment section below as regards this. Is it true that Riyadh Air will become Chelsea's new front of shirt sponsor? I mean, I like Riyadh Air, and it looks, when you see it, looking at it on Estevao, it looks really really nice, to be honest. I mean, but what cost? That's what I really do not have an answer for. Okay, so let's talk about one of Chelsea's legend, Thiago Silva. He said Chelsea gave me what they said I would never have. People don't understand my journey. At PSG, every time we failed in Europe, they mocked me. They said I would never win an European trophy. They joked that I would retire without touching one. I stayed silent, I kept working. Then I joined Chelsea and they laughed even more. Retirement move. Too old for the Premier League, finished player, but God doesn't follow their script. Chelsea believed in me when people didn't. I came, I fought, and I gave everything again, just like I always have. I helped build a new defense, and in the same competition they used to insult me with, I lifted the Champions League, then the Super Cup, then the Club World Cup. Everything they said I would never win, I won when they thought I was done. So yes, they laughed at me, but today I smile because my story proved them wrong. And you're so spot on, Thiago Silva. I mean, you came into Chelsea at the age you came, and you you proved everyone wrong. I for one thought that it would be difficult for you to keep up with the pace and intensity, but you showed that experience, okay, is always there. Your experience, it was just so difficult, and even a lot of players have come to confirm and testify even to this, that you were one of the toughest defenders that they've ever came up against, because every move they made, you already knew about it, and you were already there waiting for them. And that's just it. I'm so glad that you were able to prove everyone wrong, and that you got the most important trophy, the medal that you've always wanted, the Champions League, the Club World Cup, and even the Super Cup. You more than earned and deserved it, and I'm so glad that you did that wearing the Chelsea shirt. I think for me, even though it's not more than 4 years that he spent at Chelsea as a Chelsea player, he deserves to be mentioned as one of the all-time greats for Chelsea. I mean, is for me, this is just me giving out my thoughts and thinking out loud. I think he deserves it. Let me know what you guys think about everything that Thiago Silva has said. as regards to that. Yeah, so then Matt Law on his podcast said that Chelsea believe Estevao will be a number 10 in the next 2 years. Chelsea don't think he's a right winger full time and instead think he's much more of a central player. Chelsea have a plan that they are not telling him about in regards to where that leaves Palmer, as he also plays a number 10 spot. When that time comes, it's going to be interesting how this will pan out, because like I said, come the end of this season, we're expecting Giovanni Kenda back. We also have Pedro Neto, who I think that Enzo Maresca loves because of his defensive duties, and it performs that to the maximum. We are expecting Kenda. We also have on the left, we have Gittins. We also have Garnacho. And then right now we have Joao Pedro and we have Cole Palmer, who's actually playing as the 10. Joao Pedro can also play as a number 9, but he's not an out-and-out striker. And then as an out-and-out striker, we're expecting Emmanuel Emega from Strasbourg and to compete with Liam Delap. So it looks like that place is stacked and packed. And now it looks now with what Matt Law has said, saying that there's also going to be more competition with Estevao being looked at as a number 10. Could it be that Chelsea are looking to sell Cole Palmer sometime in the near future? I wouldn't know. I hope that's not the case. And well, it remains to be seen how they are going to sort that out. Okay, and then Phil Aaron had some things to say about Cucurella. When Cucurella arrived at Chelsea, he walked straight into a club in full transition, new ownership, a new squad profile, constant tactical shifts. On top of that, the reports at the time were clear. He was dealing with personal family issues, and that naturally affected his form. But what impressed me is the comeback, the resilience. Since that period, Cucurella has transformed himself into one of Chelsea's most important players. His consistency, his decision making, his defensive recovery runs, they have all gone up a level. And look at his performance for Spain as well. This is a player with elite comeback mentality. He's shown the ability to absorb pressure, rebuild confidence, and return even stronger. Not every player responds like Cucurella has, and that's true. Some players leave small clubs or feeders club and join top clubs, and they fade away. They completely get consumed and lost. But for Cucurella, I was one of those who said Chelsea wasted money getting a player like Cucurella, and for him to do a comeback like the kind of comeback that he has done is immense, and it's only commendable. There are news outlets or there are reports that says he's actually the biggest, is one of the life wires in the dressing room. He cracks everyone up and is funny and all that. His mentality is elite and top notch, and I dare say that he's the best left back in the Premier League right now. If you disagree, let me know who you think is a better left back than Cucurella this season. His level of is like Phil Aaron said, his defensive recovery runs, his decision making. You can see the way he inverts to support the midfield. That's the defensive midfield. The way he bombs forward and all that. His IQ is there, and doesn't look like he gets tired. He's got a gas. He's got a big gas tank inside of him that keeps him going. And I couldn't have agreed anymore with what Phil Aaron said. And yes, he's the best left back in the Premier League right now. As Maresca also said, everyone is talking about Cole Palmer, which is normal, but we also had Liam Delap out for 2 months. Small problems with Moises Caicedo. Enzo Fernandez and Pedro Neto, and our best defender in build-up, Levi Kola, has been out since day one. So it's not just about Cole and the way the team has dealt with this problem since is very good. For me, what I this is just showing how good and how impressive Maresca has been so far. In the absence of important players, Cole Palmer, even when we got Liam Delap, was out for 2 months. We've been managing the fitness of Enzo Fernandez and Moises Caicedo. Maresca has had to dig in deep, and the way he has managed the squad so far is impressive. The way he has used Gusto, the way he has managed the fitness of Rhys James. I said in my preview before against Burnley that the week would make it 1 year since Rhys James recovered from injury and has never gone back again. Okay, the way Maresca has handled the squad and managed everyone's fitness and all that is really, really commendable. It just shows how elite he is in managing players. Okay, and this post I saw says that Maresca has reached a stage where he pretty much understands all the strengths and weaknesses of 90% of our players, and it shows in how he platforms them. When Gusto inverts, he is not a stationary inverter, but rather an energetic one whose main role is to do stuffs off the ball. And that's true. That's really, really true. When we talk about Gusto, I think when we got Renato Viga, who's now left to join Villarreal and is playing for Villarreal, we thought Renato Viga was the Swiss Army knife. No, Malo Gusto is the Swiss Army knife. The way he implements, uses Gusto, sometimes as a right back, sometimes as a midfielder, sometimes he plays him as a right winger, and all that. Sometimes he even inverts, he even goes gets up as high as playing as a 10. He's a Swiss Army knife, and the way he has used him is really, really, really good. So just to form triangles and get players, make runs that distract or get players off their position for us to be able to create space and penetrate. He's also asked to rotate with his wingers a lot. Basically, his role is simplified and molded to his strength. Enzo is being platformed excellently. Talks about how he sees Joao Pedro more as a supporting striker who operates behind the striker against low block, but can play as a 9 against back fours. Football is about profiling your players correctly, and they suit how Maresca naturally wants to play in the league or cup games. This is to say, when we have everyone fit and had the quality we need in certain positions, we will be challenging for every title. We all need to understand this because it was the case coming into the season already, and this person couldn't have said it any better than he has. Okay, and like I said, we will not know how good. Now he's showing how Maresca is showing how good he is right now, but we won't know how elite he is till we have everybody back, every injured player back. Right now he's doing his best and he's doing it to the best of his ability. We are now in second, 6 points behind us now, and this is in the absence of important players like Cole, Romeo Lavia, Cole Palmer, managing fitness of Moises Caicedo, and even Enzo Fernandez is also managing fitness of Pedro Neto, who's also going to be looking forward to playing against Barcelona and even going as far as Arsenal. So this is just Enzo Maresca doing that in the absence of all these players, and yet he sits second in the table. We know that the up from now going forward from the game between against Barcelona going forward till the festive period are tough games because Chelsea will be up against Barcelona, Arsenal, Everton, even Manchester City, Newcastle, and the likes, even Bournemouth and the likes. I mean, it's not going to be an easy fixtures, but we will know what this Chelsea is made up of at the end of the festive period. Okay, but I think when we have most of these players back, Cole Palmer especially, who's actually the most important creator that Chelsea have, when we have him and also have him combined with Estevao, Joao Pedro, Liam Delap, even Jamie Gittins or Garnacho, I think it's also going to be very, very frightening. And the Premier League defenders are not ready for that. It's something that they are not even saying. So, uh, Maresca said something with regards to Romeo Lavia. He said Romeo now needs to just focus on recovery. I think he will be at least 1 month out, then we will see. I had a chat with Romeo yesterday on Thursday that we need to continue to insist because in the end we will find the right solution for him. Unfortunately, he is out again. And there's nothing he can do right now than just to obviously focus on his recovery. Every noise out there, he should just shut them out and focus on recovering as best as he can. Okay, and then Enzo Maresca on his advice to Liam Delap, because I watched the game against Burnley and Liam Delap. It's when Maresca came out a few weeks back to slam Liam Delap for his selfish play and all that against Wolves where he got red carded. I still saw signs of that because if Liam Delap looked up, he could have tied up Pedro Neto to score even against Burnley, but because of his decisions and I don't know, I think he needs to do better. He said to Delap that be patient, no doubt that the goal will arrive, and the way he worked today was very important. Liam is also that kind of striker that you as a defender are always worried when he's around you, so that's also good for the team. Yes, his movement off the ball was actually quite worrying. Worried the Burnley defenders. Like he kept attracting both the 5 and 6, the 4 and 5 to himself, and that created room for the other attackers to attack and all that. So uh, Maresca has just he has also to wrap up. Maresca said that um, he gave his comment as to how life is at Chelsea. He said he's been happy since he joined the club, not just in this moment. For sure, when you are a Chelsea manager, you know that when you lose one game, it's a crisis, and if you lose two, it's a huge crisis. So you have to be aware of that. But I really enjoy it because also I like to learn. Today we expected a Burnley back five, and they were back four. So after 20 minutes, we needed to change the plan, and the players adapt. I learned things, so I'm very happy. Well, it's his second season, third season as a manager, and as his second season being a manager for Chelsea, which means that he still has quite a lot of things to learn as a manager. And so far, he's not done. He has not done bad. I think his win ratio or percent is above 64%, so to say. So for someone like that who's still learning on the job, he's doing very well. He's doing very well. And Chelsea, he knows that Chelsea is a different kettle, is a different gravy, and he needs to learn very fast. That's the problem. You don't have a lot of time. We don't have that much time. You need to learn fast and learn good. So yeah, on top to wrap up, Andre Santos on his favorite position. It's hard to say one position because I like to play like a number 8 or like a number 6. I think it's efficient for the coach if he thinks that the better I play like a number 8, I'll do my best. But if he thinks that I can play like a 6 like today, I will do my best. Well, I think we've seen Santos play as a 8. He did that against Wolves, and where he won the ball up and he helped set up Estevao, who dinked the ball over the goalkeeper's head. over the goalkeeper. And against Burnley, he played as a six, and he did that very well. And he did that to the T. Like he was top of it. The way he read the game, the way he moved, the way he protected the defense line, he did everything to a T. So, like you said, this is what Chelsea have always wanted: players that can fit into different style and tactics or plan that the coach wants, and he's doing that. And I love Andre Santos. I'm glad that he's starting to shut up critics and people that have never rated him. The kid is very, very good. Okay, he's just 21. Yeah, he's just 21 or probably 22, and he has a lot to learn and to grow from. But then, what we're seeing, by the time we have all the players back, Esugo, Lavia, this, I mean, it's just going to be a lot, and I don't think that the Premier League will be ready for. They know that. I don't think they have an idea what's coming towards them. I really do not think so. So that's everything that I have for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think about everything that I've said, and don't forget to comment in the comment section below and like, and please don't forget to share, because that's the only way that you can help this channel grow and also encourage me, because I really want to hear from you guys. I like it when I really want to be engaged and hear from you guys. So yeah, that's all for now. If there's any other thing that comes up, I will be here to. I think I will share that with you guys before I give you guys my predicted lineup for the game against Barcelona. I don't know what you guys think about Barcelona, but I have a feeling, I believe that Chelsea will be winning, will beat Barcelona. I just believe that it's gonna be easy. The game that is going to be tough is the weekend game against Arsenal. But let me know. I'll be here to give you guys my breakdown and all that concerning that in the next video. So yeah, don't forget to check out this space. Until then, it's Chelsea first, rivals next. Peace.